good evening, and welcome back to Disco Elysium, where I am attempting to solve a murder mystery by way of investigating everything other than the actual murder mystery, and just seeing how that works for me. So far, but we shall see how it goes. And as per the usual, I'll be picking up exactly where we left off last time, which is here at the hostel Whirling in Rags, where I'm going to attempt to convince the manager, who extremely dislikes me, to let me sing karaoke on the stage here. I have bribery materials, I have bribes, I have money, I have hopefully what is a winning personality. Not even. I'm a terrible person. Only 3 or 4 episodes behind. Well, you did catch last week's episode, Ark. I remember you were here for the whole thing, so you're only missing like a chunk in the middle-ish. Not even the middle. I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure I'll be fine. I mean, I have to keep notes so that I remember what I'm doing from week to week. But yes, we're going to attempt to convince Gart to let me karaoke. Yes, one of my many notebooks. I have several notebooks. I'm a very notebook-enabled person because it started with the notebooks and it went on to fountain pens and then looped around to the notebooks again. So I have a lot of notebooks to use, so why shouldn't I use them? And speaking of which, I should probably... There we are. There's my pen. Alright. So, about Kim now, instead of the rooftop stranger. Yes. I like Kim. I like Kim a lot. I would like for Kim to continue being my detective's partner. It's unlikely to happen, but I think they work well together. But yes, we're going to attempt to convince Gart to let us sing.
Can I help you?
He arches an eyebrow. I mean, he really dislikes us thanks to the whole trashing of the hotel room thing, so, let's start by buttering him up. Our new option number 4, Gart, I found a new bird for the whirling. And give him the stuffed ruffled grouse. Ruffled? Ruffed grouse. What is this thing? The man takes the stuffed bird. It's no biggie, I just thought it would look nice on the wall. I'm that kind of cop. Or it was actually me who broke the Great Skua. I wanted to apologize by bringing you this ruffed grouse. Well, Gart doesn't dislike everybody. I mean, he did ask the woman who previously worked here out on a date, so I don't think he'd do that if he disliked her. I thought it would look nice on the wall. What, the interior decorating kind? He inspects the bird, somewhat suspiciously, then mellows. You know, I'm sorry, this is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. Why has the screen gone black? He just dislikes her less. Take the stuffed bird to Gart. 10 experience! Woohoo! I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. He hesitates. So, I don't know. Thank you? I'm gonna go with thank you. Aww. Kim, I feel good about our work here today. The lieutenant nods. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals. Thank you, Kim. Rhetoric success. It's not actually about that, but he liked it. Yes, my character is absolutely the one who broke the previous bird. 100% my character is the one who broke the previous bird by apparently trying to rip it off the wall in a drunken rage. I don't think Gart knows that, though, and I'm not going to tell him. I need to sing karaoke now. No, you don't. Hey, I just gave you a bird, man. Composure success. He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man. Rhetoric success. You need to approach this situation logically. Ask him why he has the PA system installed if you can't use it. Oh my, there's a lot of options here. Let's see. Yeah, but look him in the eye. Johnny Law is about to tear it up, sad style. Why do you even have the PA system if no one's going to use it? It's part of my quest of self-discovery. Help me. This is my way of apologizing for the trouble I've caused. Please let me say I'm sorry. You're right, it's not the right time yet. No, not the last one. Absolutely not the last one. Well, this was a challenging success on the part of the rhetoric, so let's ask about why it's installed if it's not going to be used. Why do you even have the PA system if no one's going to use it? It's for the... He begins confidently, but then stumbles on his own words. It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44. What happened in 44? It's not a prop, it's for your clients. I know it's used. Or when was the last time you had a band play here? You know, I'm very curious about what the great karaoke catastrophe of 44 was. What happened in 44? A lot of people got killed because some asshole wanted to sing karaoke. What? Moving along. It's not a prop. It's for your clients. Okay, yes, it's for some clients, he admits reluctantly. I'm a real client, I've paid my bills, and I have the right to use the karaoke machine. Or, okay, fuck me then, just fuck me. Ah yes, the incident in 44, bad times. The incident possibly with a 44. I'm a real client. Ha! Well, he comes up with a counter-argument. We don't have any tapes. They all got stolen. Trauma success. He's lying, but whatever, you don't really need his tracks. It's all right, I have my own song with me. Give him the tape for Smallest Church in St. Sens. The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown, hard. Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. He shakes the tape at you. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine. Perception hearing success. I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself. Alright, we're gonna sing karaoke, folks. We're gonna sing karaoke and it will be awesome. The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet. I think they mean pallets, but, savoir-faire success. You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady somehow. Suddenly. How is that a success? So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel. Oh, this is a formidable drama. Oh boy. Look, Kim, I'm going to sing karaoke. Put your lips against the microphone. Test it. Look around the room first. And a drama formidable challenge. Unretriable. I'm ready, Gart. Hit play. Okay, just to find out. 58% on the drama. That is not great. I wonder... Well, look, Kim, I'm going to sing karaoke. I can see that. The lieutenant steps away from the stage, ready for your performance. Put your lips against the microphone. Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to hold the mic? Should you just sing into it? Where should you stand? Interfacing success. Hands. Where do you put your hands? Oh dear. Hand conundrum and too close to the mic. Look around the room. The bar is full and buzzing with chatter. No one is paying you any attention, but you still feel your knees turn noodles. Okay, now a couple is looking at you. Even worse. Oh boy. I am pretty sure I have some clothing that increases my drama, so, let's try this again in just a moment. Oh, what have we got here? This feels right. You belong here. I don't belong here. I'm going to change my clothes on stage. Let's see. Okay, we have a mesh tank top to increase our drama. Oh, that looks great with the tie. Let's see. Interfacing. Physical instrument. Esprit de corps. Oh, this is an okay chance. The nerves are doing that. Yeah, I know. Maybe I shouldn't have done those extra things. I'd hoped they would increase my chance. Alright, these are negative drama. Don't want that. Electrochemistry. Suggestion. Reaction speed. Logic. Electrochemistry. Conceptualization. Empathy and hand-eye coordination. Empathy. Esprit de corps. Oh, here we go. +2 drama. Oh, look at how that looks with the mesh top. Logic. Perception. Electrochemistry again. Interfacing. Pain threshold. Empathy. Drama. Where does this go? Is this a jacket? Oh my god. Oh boy. Alright, are we wearing anything that is negative drama? Now, we are wearing as much drama as we can with what we found. This outfit is really something. which has brought us up to 10 drama. And I still have a skill point that I could put into it. But first, let's see what our chances are. You can hear the pallets creak under your feet. Yep, same thing. Feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady suddenly. How is this a success? Okay. 92%. +1 from the dress code of wearing the insane silk dragon robe. Alright, we're gonna try it at 92%. Cross fingers. Here goes. Success. The air is thick with anticipation. I did not hit the 8%. You may congratulate me at your leisure. Someone dims the lights as the music starts. Okay, here we go.
I would often go there, to the tiny church there, the smallest church in San, though it once was larger. How the real may rest there. Down through the mist there, toward the Seven Sisters, toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there, in that tiny yard there. I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now, you are all alone. None of this matters. No, none of this matters at all.
I suspect that they did. Impressive. Really Shatnered it up there with the song. Alright. 30 experience for that, and for looking like this. Ancient reptilian brain. I would often go there to the tiny church there, the smallest church in St. Sens, though once it was larger. Oh, this is the lyrics to the song. How the rill may rest there, down through the mist there, towards the Seven Sisters, towards those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there, in the tiny yard there. I've been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now you are alone. None of this matters at all. Drama. A lazy applause fills the room. You feel your hand shake as awareness of your body returns to you. Lots and lots of options. Can I get them all on the screen at the same time? I can. Thank you, ancient reptilian brain. I want to dedicate this song to whoever wrote me that fucking letter. I still love you. Thank you very much, asshole. I'd like to dedicate this song to my partner, Kim Kitsuragi. Nod to the lieutenant. I'd like to dedicate this song to Gart for letting me sing it. It's all shit, Gart. I'd like to dedicate this song to the RCM. Please don't fire me. I don't want to dedicate this song to anyone. I performed it for myself. Oh boy. I don't actually think I want to dedicate this song to Kim. That would just be a little too weird. So I'm torn between thanking my reptilian brain or saying I performed this for me. And anyway, if you... way back in the mists of time, in the earlier episodes, I found a letter stored inside my official police clipboard that was from, as far as I know, the character's ex-wife. It made him pass out when he thought about it too much. But yeah, it doesn't make me want to dedicate the song to her, particularly. Even though apparently she walked out on him. I performed it for myself. The microphone amplifies your voice in an uncomfortable manner. Someone coughs. Most people have gone back to talking now. I took too long to decide. Good, good. The cafeteria manager intervenes to cut the moment short. Are we ready? I want to unplug the microphone now. Drama. Last words? Thank you, Martinez, and leave, or say nothing and leave enigmatically. Leave enigmatically. This clothing is freaking awful. But one thing that I remembered while the song was going on is that there is someone with a drama check on them somewhere around here. I think it's the blonde lady upstairs? No, wait, not that one. Not that one. Why is my tie lit up? Sooner or later I'll get the right tab. There we go. To the map. Empathy, volition, rhetoric. Yes, we have a legendary difficulty drama check on Classy. So while our drama is incredibly high, maybe we should go try that? If it's possible. This might not be my best idea, but it's definitely an idea. But yes, once we've taken care of this save, we'll try talking to Kim and see if he has any words about the performance. This save is taking a heck of a long time. hope the game is not crashing. I would hate to have to do all that again. Haha! Alright. Kim. Oh, nothing new.
Yes?
I want to talk about you. Ooh, do you ever talk with yourself, Kim? What do you mean? You know, when you're thinking, do you ever have conversations with, like, your brain and the voices therein? I have no idea what you're talking about. Conceptualization success. The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. So how do you tap the side of your head? So you're saying your brain never just chimes in with advice or warnings or anything? How do you live? I'm definitely going with that one. I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook. The lieutenant produces his familiar mnemotechnique A6 and idly thumbs through a few pages. Conceptualization. We all have our different mediums. His is written. And I'm not going to bring up his glasses. So, that's all for now. Alas, nothing about the karaoke performance. Well, let's case the room anyway. There are more people here. Do you like my outfit, Lena? Oh, hello, dear. There you are again. She sounds glad to see you.
Oh, hello, dear.
Oop.
There you are again.
Oh, boy. So we have a suggestion, medium challenge. Maybe you could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids. There's a 42% chance because she's not worried about less worried about her husband, not worried about her husband, and that my character still has the green ape pen. I have no idea what you're talking about. People who are dependent on their notebooks? I've never met one. Apparently I can't talk to the couple. Those two cops who were here earlier that you have not seen me freaking out about are vanished. What about this dude? It's all about money, you know? Well, that doesn't help. Well, the only other person to talk to is Gart, so...
Ah, smallest church in Saint-Saëns, right?
Cafeteria manager is waiting for you to acknowledge that he recognized the song. Oh boy. Yeah, the church is actually my past. Yeah, the church is actually my life. Yeah, the church is actually my love. Things are really bad with it. I fucking rocked that shit. Told you I'd rock that shit. Oh, choices, decisions. That is my past.
Cool. Now, what can I do for you?
He really does sound like he thinks it's a little cool. While I'm here, since apparently that was all the acknowledgement that I'm going to get of my excellent performance, I saw a thing at the whirling. Another thing. Great. I love those. That's you in room number 3. She nicked the phone line. Gert, what if I told you I got into the back room behind the blue steel door? There's a peephole in the wall. Now let's this is weird doing this with all this drama on, but what if I told you I got into the back room, Gert? Oh, okay, well, he controls his excitement well. I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you. Composure success. He's really, really holding himself back here. Aren't you gonna ask me what's back there? Okay, what is back there? Skeletons, a mausoleum of the dead. Pinball machines, a pinball workshop. Nothing, the black gaping maw at the end of time. Pinball machines. Ha! I knew it. I always wondered where those machines by the door came from, and they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it, he repeats. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean? Why, do you want to play? Because I might be up for a game. Didn't check. Pinball isn't relevant to the investigation. Or, didn't check. Pinball is stupid. Well, I didn't check, but not for either of the reasons here. Do you want to play? No, I was just wondering. He appears to be making a calculation in his head. If you found pinball machines there... Drama success. He was wondering about something business-related, about how much money he could make off one. Ha ha ha. Thinking of turning this place back into a pinball arcade? If you're thinking of selling those pinball machines, I want a fat cut. C-suite shit. Beat your chest. I'm a disruptor. Or, I feel a capitalist plot coming up. I'm pretty sure that if I beat my chest in this outfit, I would hurt myself. So let's set that one aside. Thinking of turning this place back into a pinball arcade? He scowls. No, but we could diversify the entertainment options. Seeing as you've opened the door back there, the machine we have in the corner now is broken. 5 XP. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here, other than the hellish karaoke machine, the one that's always causing trouble. Logic success. Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now. Well, people do get less violent over pinball than they do over karaoke, I will give it that. Inland Empire success. He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things. Oh, right, yes. I have to warn you, I may have discovered that the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area. Depends on the people playing pinball, indeed. It does at that, but generally speaking, I have heard of fewer fist fights over pinball than I have over karaoke. I have discovered that the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area. I shouldn't be having this conversation with my drama this high, but it's happening. What? He looks mildly startled. Why would you say that? We're at completely different address from the whole thing. Reaction speed success. So he knows of the doomed commercial area and its address. He's thought about this. Wait, so you know of the curse? The whirling is listed on the intercom outside as one of the businesses in Building B of the doomed commercial area. Oh. Oh, so you know of the curse. Tell me more. Everyone knows of it. Darn it. The whirling is listed on the intercom outside. I've been working here for a long time, and the intercom has never been used by the whirling. Hold on, not once? Isn't that already a sign of decline? The whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade before it failed. It's only a matter of time before the whirling fails too! The whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade, which failed, though perhaps the whirling will escape the curse. The whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? He makes a sweeping gesture. This pre-revolutionary tile work, these high ceilings, the nice rooms, well, most of the rooms. Dagger straight to my heart there. For 14 years, man. That's how long I've worked here. I've kept this place up through hail and through sleet. Fuck me if some doom ghost, he steadies his voice. You must really care about this place since you've worked here for so long. Or who owns this place? You must really care, having worked so long here. Yeah, he sighs. It's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way. Even if it's part of the damn doomed commercial area. Aha, so you finally admit it. Or, you shouldn't be so worried about that label, you know. So you admit it? I got experience for playing on his anxieties. Yes, your police skills have delivered. I'm sure you'll get a commendation, maybe even a promotion. Hiding behind sarcasm, I see. Okay, so we have who owns this place, and who named it Whirling in Rags, or, well, good luck to you in this place, then, conclusion, or, well, too bad it's all doomed, then, conclusion. Now, I'm gonna follow the line of questions a little further. Who owns this place? Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved. Whoa. And who named it the Whirling in Rags? Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company. Kim, it was you? Gart, you look surprised. What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names too. It's from a song. A song? Hail, Holy Queen by the Etiennes. Hail, Holy Queen of the Sea, he quotes. You're whirling in rags, you're vast and you're sad. Kim, good pick, the lieutenant nods. Well, I'm gonna wish him good luck with it, rather than doomsaying some more. Good luck to you. Luck has got nothing to do with it. He looks to where the hidden room is. I need to think about where I'm gonna place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help. Rhetoric success. Against the doom, it's implied. So, if you don't have anything else to tell me about my establishment, can you, wrap it up? There's a peephole in the wall. What wall? He startles. What wall? Upstairs in the secret back room, right next to Clash's bedroom. I found it when I found the pinball machines. I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you the whirling does not abide spying on its guests. Composure, success. The color has drained from his face. Are you sure you haven't been spying on your guests? Or, all right, you've been notified. Conclude. Okay, if he lies to me, I will be able to tell because my drama is just so freaking high right now. Are you sure you haven't been spying on your guests? Absolutely not. He breathes in and out. Fuck you for even implying it. It wasn't me. It wasn't my staff. The establishment look at it and ascertain what it was. Drama success. Well, he's definitely not lying. He wouldn't endanger this business like that. Kim, sir, he was only asking a question. It's his job. And mine. See that it's covered. Gart. Yes, I absolutely will. He calms his breathing. Sorry, it's been a bit of a day, and now a hole in the wall. All right, you've been notified. Thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Was there something else about the establishment? I hope not. Oh, should I tell on Classy? No, I'm not. I have already declined to turn her in multiple times. I'm going to continue to decline to turn her in. Something else I wanted to ask about. I need a drink, Gart. Do I have a shaker in my hand? Is this, he points to his empty hand, is this a shaker? Visual calculus success. It's not a shaker. It's nothing. He's holding nothing. It is but an imitation. No, there's nothing there, or say nothing. Continue to say nothing. Am I wearing a little bow tie? You should. We'd match. Am I wearing a bow tie and doing this? He shakes the imaginary shaker furiously. Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? No? Do you know why? Because you're not a bartender, or why? Why? Because I'm not a bartender. I'm a cafeteria manager. Is there anything else you wanted? Booze! Rhetoric success. Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff. Oh my. I want a fucking drink, asshole. You don't understand the seriousness of the situation. I'm an alcoholic. I need my fix. I'm an alcohol-operated detective. If you want me to clean up the dead body and solve the case, then you need to insert alcohol into my mouth. Or fine then, I had something else I needed. Thank you. Well, I already tried the alcohol-operated detective, and it did not get me booze. So let's try this. You don't understand the seriousness of this situation, Gart. I'm an alcoholic. Even more reason for me not to serve you, sir. Was there anything else you needed, other than alcohol? Insert alcohol here. Exactly. Although at the moment all I have is coconut water, but it is steamy in here tonight, so hydration good. Is there anything else you needed other than alcohol? Alas. Fine, I'll go. See if I care. Hey, that time the autosave didn't nearly crash the game. I'm still going to save before I go upstairs. Oh, I wish I could have some coffee. Sadly, I need to be up tomorrow morning, so I cannot have caffeine now. Alas. And I'm already having enough problems with all of the multicultural words in this. I don't need to add the booze pronunciation on top of it. Just become immune to caffeine? Well, I'm working on it, but it hasn't worked. It hasn't happened yet. But what I do have is valerian tea in the cupboard, so, you know, as long as I avoid the caffeine and have the tea before I go to bed, I should hopefully be able to sleep. Born and found to be immune, so sadly is only for the taste. Well, I like the taste of coffee, so that would not actually be a bad thing to my mind. What kind of tea? There is a plant called valerian that acts as a sort of a kind of a sleeping aid for human beings when ingested. It's nowhere near as strong as sleeping pills. It doesn't make you sleep, it just helps you get to enough of a relaxed state to sleep. And my favorite way is by having a valerian tea, because I like tea as well. And there's a company that is semi-local to the area that makes a delicious valerian tea. There are more ingredients in it than just valerian, of course, but it's got a little bit of a caramelly taste. It's very nice. But basically, it's just a plant that helps you to relax a bit. It helps you get your brain towards the sleeping area. Yeah, much different than using knockout medicine. Yeah, I can do that, but unfortunately it's frequently difficult to plan ahead for that sort of thing, and the thing that I have to be awake tomorrow morning for does involve my parents, and I would prefer not to, I get very snappy when I'm short on sleep, and I would prefer not to snap at my parents. At least at the moment. See, whereas my parents are like, have you eaten? Did you remember to eat? Because I frequently forget. I lose track of my own meal times. I get distracted and I forget because I don't notice that I'm hungry. And at last we have made it upstairs. Fine food. Yeah, that used to work for me when I was younger. However, as I've gotten older, I've found that if I accidentally skip meals, I start to have a bit of a blood sugar issue that makes my hand shake, amongst other unpleasant effects. So it's really not a good thing for me to forget too long. But my partner is a saint and occasionally will ask me, have you eaten anything today? Which is awesome. But yeah, it's blood sugar events. They're no fun. I don't remember one ever getting getting to a headache state, but they do make me terribly lightheaded after they start making my hand shake. So maybe I just haven't let it get far enough, which I must admit I'm fairly glad of. Man, this game, all my quick saves tonight are just taking forever. I don't know what it is about tonight. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised. Things would start moving on their own, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Classes should probably be all the way upstairs, so more loading screens. We are loading screen enabled this evening. Personally, I prefer to choose neither hunger nor sleep deprivation if I can at all help it. Yes, it does take a little planning ahead, but there is absolutely the option to choose to neither be hungry nor sleep deprived. And yet another loading screen. Here we go. Learn something new every day. Well, that's one of the goals, isn't it? Sleeping takes up eating time, and eating takes up sleeping time. You may be doing too much of one or the other then. Oh, I hope so. And I mean that, like, well, you can't really multitask with sleeping. Sleeping is sleeping. You can always do something while you're eating, as long as you can do it at least one-handed. Well, that is the question, is setting aside, say, 8 hours a night for sleep taking up more time, or is staying awake for 40-something hours and then crashing for 12 taking up more time? I would hazard you miss more by sleeping for 12 hours than you do by sleeping for 8 hours at night when most other people are also asleep. No, I don't really remember my dreams very often either. That's been around for a very long time. I did used to get nightmares quite often when I was a teeny little thing. And then all of a sudden I stopped remembering my dreams, but I also didn't remember my nightmares, so I guess it was kind of a trade-off. I just stopped remembering the dreams because I was having so many nightmares, I think. And they just never came back. There are people who can multitask while sleeping. It normally gets them into trouble, though. They'll walk places they didn't even know about. Good evening, mister. Hello. Or good morning for you. And possibly Rusty. I'm not sure what it counts as for either of you. The way I normally count it is if I've slept, it's morning, but if I haven't slept, it's still night. And we have finally made it outside again. I hope I didn't come all this way for nothing. Almost a nightmare until your brain was bored, then turned it into a comedy the next moment. Huh. Well, then it's good morning, Mr. RPG. Good morning. Okay, both of these checks are still locked. So apparently just changing clothes isn't enough to open up a locked check. You have to actually put the points in, alas. You know what? I'm gonna tell her...
What brings you up here in the rain?
She leans back against the railing. That was weird. That was a really long time before the voice line came in. You know what? I'm going to see if I can tell her about the peephole. Admittedly, while I'm still wearing my drama clothes. I talk to you about your room again. I am doing pretty well, mister. I'm halfway steam cooked because it is very humid tonight. But otherwise, I'm pretty good. Okay. Oh, the new one we have here. That door there. Did you know it leads to a downstairs elevator? I did not. She takes a drag of her cigarette. Do you think this has something to do with what happened? She's like, the changing clothes won't convince me. Yeah, It's possible, Kim says. Kim possible? Oh, that was terrible and very old. I'm so sorry. She keeps looking at the door with a worried expression. The wind ruffles her hair. You're wondering how cooked fox meat would taste? It would not be terribly good. Most terrestrial predators taste terrible. 4 a.m. still tonight, although if the heat weather keeps up, pretty sure it's going to be doing what it did last summer. Yeah, I did exactly that last summer, Rusty. Last summer was so hot and humid here that I became mostly nocturnal just so I would be awake when it was coolest. Let's see. There's a peephole on the other side looking into your bedroom. There are tracks on the floor. They're recent. It's an old pinball workshop, the room back there. This place used to be a pinball arcade. Or that's all for now, and conclude. I don't think it's a good idea to eat fox, but you guys do what you want. Yes, I wanted to tell her about the peephole, so we're going to start. The peephole looking into your bedroom. A peephole? You mean like a hole in the wall? Kim, yes, looking into your bedroom, miss. The lieutenant points to her window. The unmade bed is visible through the glass. I still would not recommend it. Predators are a food of last resort. They're a meat of last resort as far as I'm concerned. You don't want to eat carnivores. Okay, there's a pause as she processes this information. Plum wine is my favorite kind of wine, but I still would not eat the fox meat. Empathy, success. A jitter of fear and disgust moves through her body, beginning from her shoulders and ending in her hips. The cigarette tastes foul to her now. Do you think this is somehow connected to me? It could just be a coincidence. It could be connected. We don't know at this point. You know, this may make her vanish from the face of the earth as far as we're concerned, but it could be connected. Okay, do you have any way of knowing how long it's been there? Kim, unfortunately no, but if I were to guess, long enough. The perforation is under the bookshelf on your wall. It should not be hard to cover with some tape. If it is recent, who do you think made it? Or let's not discuss it any longer. Now, recent, who you think made it? Shit, I don't know. Maybe it's been there for a long time. Maybe the local kids use it or something. I don't know. I'll be fucking covering it up with a lot of tape, that's for sure. Was there anything else back there? There were tracks on the floor. They're recent. Huh. This isn't good. Composure, success. She's straight as a stick, suddenly. Half-light, success. She feels like quarry, encircled. Her eyes dart to the door. Yeah, she may fold up and disappear herself after this one. But I would have felt bad if I hadn't told her. There are people who eat crocodile, and there are people who eat alligator, and there are people who eat all sorts of predators. But the main problem with eating predators, particularly carnivores, is that they are, just like anything, they are what they eat. It's like the problem of, say, the mercury in salmon. Small fish eat something with a tiny amount of mercury in it, and then a bigger fish eats the smaller fish, and it has more mercury in it. And then a bigger fish eats those fish and gets even more mercury in it. And you go up the line until you get to a high predator, like, say, the salmon, and there is a lot of mercury in that fish now. It's the same thing with other carnivores. It just gets concentrated up the pyramid towards the apex predators. And that's why I would consider carnivores to be the lowest meat on the list of possible meats. That's desperation meat. Also, in many places, foxes are endangered species, and you probably shouldn't eat endangered species either. It's an old pinball workshop back there, Classy, if that makes you feel any better. Okay, she smiles. I'm glad someone's had fun. Alas. Alright, that's all for now. It's also one of the reasons humans is a really bad idea. Yes. Although humans also have the prions issue, which I am not qualified to speak on in detail, but is really easy to look up online. She flicks the ash from her cigarette absent-mindedly. I have other questions. Do I? The drama check is up. In God's name, wake up. We have a 97% chance because we discussed the secret route. We're gonna try it because I've stayed in these clothes for this reason and this reason alone. Thanks, Ark. Your faith in me is as legendary as this challenge. Here we go. Success! What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and will-o'-the-wisps. Oh, drama, why? She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies. Mister, I don't wonder about human meat either, mister. It's not something that I sit and think about. Turn to the lieutenant. Kim, why have we not arrested her yet? You know, I think you didn't make that call to the station. Your real name isn't Class Yamandu. What if I told you you're under arrest, miss? Let's change the subject for the time being. Person in effective speaking give a persuasive speech on why cannibalism should be allowed. I take it that they were making that speech to demonstrate that their method was sound for the effective speaking? At least I hope. You didn't give us your real name. Your real name isn't Classy. It's something I can pronounce. Kim, I agree. The lieutenant turns to her. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you. Okay, her voice cracks suddenly, like there's a garrote around her neck. Okay, what? Or, we don't need to do this. Back off. No way! I wore these clothes for a reason. Okay, what? Okay, it's not. You admit to it. I knew it. Good. You can tell me the truth. I knew it. You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name, so I lied. Like I lied before, like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. She looks at her hands. Her fingernails are chipped white. I'm so tired of it. Tell me your real name. You're probably not even Miss Orangi 37, are you? Or enough. You're probably not even Miss Orangi, are you? I am. Her smile quivers. They can never take my sash and my scepter from me. Drama. Yes, they can. For lying! You just had to do a persuasive speech on anything, so she did that. Choices. Interesting choices. Very interesting choices. But yes, tell me your real name then. Oh dear, that's worse. It's Katarzyna Alaszczy. The smile on her face is timid, almost painfully so. Encyclopedia success. It's a Grad name, Zemisk or Yugograd in origin, not Occidental at all. Smells of motor oil, taiga, economic desolation, and rock music infused alcoholism. Hold on, Katarzyna is not even an Orangey's name, is it? It's not even Mundi, it's Grad. Finally we meet, Katarzyna. Proceed. I'll keep calling you Klaschi. Proceed. I'll just call you Miss Orangey Disco Dancer. Proceed. Or say nothing. Proceed. That's a Grad name. My parents were Zismisk immigrants, but I'm nationalized Orangese. All I remember is Orangey. She's silent. Alaszczy is my father's name. I'll keep calling you Klaschi. That's cool. She looks at the ashtray, then up at you. Well, enough. She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is next. I think you didn't make that call to the station. I did. She takes a step forward. What is this? I called your desk, or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 8-100-2 for emergencies. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint. She coughed. Encyclopedia success. That is the emergency's desk number. Drama. Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she says. Kim, what time did you make the call? Thursday night. It was late, sometime after 12. Kim, the lieutenant nods in your direction. It checks out. Anyone could know the number, and that someone coughed. It means nothing. Say nothing. Say nothing. She stands before you, holding her back very straight. I feel like she has absolutely legit reasons for not telling us her real name. And even though my drama doesn't, I think that she is the one who made the call. Let's change the subject. She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger. Half-light success. You are. This is not the end of this. And now we have the option of let's get back to those lies you told. She is probably going to vanish, but we'll return to this later. She's gonna run. I don't see any reason why she wouldn't run after this. I'm putting my real clothes back on. I don't want to be this dramatic anymore. But we did succeed on the drama check on the Disco Queen. So I can cross that off my list. Those clothes have become you, though. I don't know. The combination of the mesh tank top and the bow tie just it's not working for me. I have to say it's really not working for me. Conceptualization, logic, physical instrument. I don't have a lot of choice in shirts, do I? Let's go for the logic shirt. That actually doesn't look half bad with the bow tie now. But I don't like having my drama super high like this. It butts in the weirdest possible ways. Okay. Now, what jacket to wear? That is the question. Esprit de corps, conceptualization, suggestion but minus half-life, empathy and hand-eye coordination, esprit de corps and visual calculus, more logic, and esprit de corps and shivers. I did like having the shivers. But I wonder, how is my hand-eye coordination and my empathy? Let's see. Empathy is 3. That's low. Hand-eye coordination is 4, which is kind of median. And what about my esprit? My esprit de corps is 1. Wow. Yeah, the esprit de corps has been working for me in its own way. Okay, we're back in a slightly different but still very similar outfit to what I was wearing before. I wonder, how is my composure doing these days? Composure is 5. It would be 4 without the shoes. If I were to wear the perception boots, that would raise my perception to 9. My goodness. That would be very high. Do I need perception that high? I'm not sure I do. What other shoes have I got? Empathy shoes. I have empathy. I have shoes of empathy, shoes of perception, and shoes of composure. You know what? I'm gonna keep the shoes of composure. This is the outfit I shall. Shoes of empathy makes you feel others' pain. You know what? If I were to walk around all day in those, I think I might be feeling more than just others' pain. Those are the kind of shoes that'll rub the back of your heels raw. I speak from experience. Alright, so we're back to looking sort of like an officer again. For varying definitions of what an officer might possibly look like in this universe. And I mean, I had to work for this tie, so I'm just going to keep wearing the tie. But yeah, somebody who's really good at lying, like Class She here, I did need higher drama. But for the other people that I've been talking to, my drama is high enough to be able to tell that they're lying, and that's really what I want it for. I don't need all of the other suggestions that it keeps making. Make those shoes feel hurt like someone else's back then. So good thing he's not in my neighborhood. But yes, I am reasonably certain that the shoes of empathy, as well as the scarf of, I believe it was physical instrument, used to belong to the Crab Man over in the church. But he doesn't need them anymore. They're mine. The Crab Man has abandoned his identity and his clothing. He is seeking the center of the silence now. For good or ill. There's an unusual phenomenon in the church that I found that is just across the harbor from where we are now, character-wise. There is a pillar of silence in there. And the higher up you go, the more silence it gets. Or is. And there are currently 2 people that I know of who are fascinated by this phenomenon in very obsessive ways. One of them is the Crab Man, who discovered this pillar and basically moved into the church and lives in the rafters of said church now, trying to commune with this silence that he has mistaken for his own personal deity. The other person is a computer game programmer who happened across this phenomenon and is obsessively researching it to try to figure out what it is, what it's doing, and why it's there. As she was looking for an anomaly in the radio waves that had ended up deleting the data for the game that she was working on. But when she happened across this phenomenon, it was... She just had to find out why it was ticking. The world in this game is pretty messed up. The 5G messing with them. Well, they haven't invented Wi-Fi yet in this universe. I'm not sure if they will ever invent Wi-Fi in this universe because I don't think that Hedy Lamarr is ever going to be born in this universe. Although it's very difficult to pin down time periods, I'm not sure it's that she wasn't born in this universe or that she isn't going to be born in this universe, because I'm not entirely certain if this is set before or after our World War II. Well, that's the thing. No Hetty, no Wi-Fi. The nuclear thing, Einstein was definitely not the only person working on radioactivity and nuclear reactions. We may still have gotten nuclear bombs without him, but it's not possible for us to have Wi-Fi without Hetty. At last, the save is done. We shall say farewell to Miss Orangi Disco Dancer, who we might possibly never see again. Back we go. Maybe some guy named Pedro is like, radio waves, waves, why? I got it, Wi-Fi. Well, that's the thing, it's like, what actually led to Wi-Fi was a heck of a lot of math. It was mathematical formulae that led to it. So it might be possible without her, but I think it's a lower possibility. A heck of a lot of math is usually involved with things. A heck of a lot of math is frequently involved with inventing things, yes. This is a thing that I have noticed. It's why I will probably never be an inventor, because my math skills, not the strongest. We're going to be in a horribly long loading screen for a room that we're only going to spend like a minute in at best. The math skills to be okay-ish because they keep throwing too much. I mean, I can plug all sorts of stuff into a calculator, but I have the worst time carrying numbers in my head. And I just cannot remember my multiplication tables for the life of me. Memorization is not always my strong suit. I am a font of miscellaneous and questionably useful facts, but none of them are ones that I actually set out to deliberately remember. At high levels of math, it becomes your basic algebra that fails you. Yeah, algebra. I mean, I do like algebra. There's actually something very clean and neat about algebra, but that doesn't make me any better at it. I can actually turn my head and look over and see an algebra textbook that I have on my bookshelf even to this day, because I do actually like algebra, even though I'm not very good at it, because it's all logical steps. It all makes sense. Mass diffusion problems. Oh boy. I get what we need to do, but like this algebra, what do we do again? Oh no, that's why they teach algebra in the basic high school math. It's a foundation. If you forget the foundation, how can you reach the sky? Alright, Mr. RPG, enjoy your lurk. Thank you for stopping by. This loading screen takes forever because the game continues trying to clash tonight. I think my computer needs to be restarted, but it's not getting that yet. It's not getting that until after midnight, at the very least. You do algebra, then you go up to geometry, then calculus, then differential equations. Probably more later. Well, you see, I like geometry. One of my hobbies is actually sewing traditional patchwork quilts. It's all geometry. It is beautiful. Geometry and creativeness. It's a really great combination. So I hate doing trigonomic math. So I only use right angle triangles, ever. But I do love me some geometry. It's interesting that I cannot expect the whole from inside here. Okay. You know what, maybe if I look at this window again, it will give me more of a line to what I'm looking for, as far as the shooter goes. They don't want me peeking. They don't want me peeking out of the room? Visual calculus. Two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman having sex. A ray of backwards motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside. A prime, to then widen into a radius of locations in Martinez. B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime. Have a look at point A again. The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is the composite location A prime, the most likely of the origin points. So I'm what, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from? 72%. With an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition, a Belle Margrave rifle, for example. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. That would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium, a well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies. Are there any arguments against A prime? None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any. Could the shot have come from inside the room? Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, Detective. Fair enough. Alright, further away? That's a 28% chance yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez? No, I already did that. Blink. Okay, so nothing that I have so far discovered has changed the information there. And we have another save that the game is desperately trying to not do. Okay, back downstairs. I don't know why it wouldn't let me peek into the empty pinball workshop. It doesn't seem like that would be detrimental to anything, unless somebody is already peeking in which case we'd be peeking at each other's eyeballs, and oh, that's a kink I haven't tried. The Say is really struggling tonight. Yes, they are. I mean, I do not restart my computer often. It's probably overdue for one. That may be a factor today. Eyeball to eyeball in the night. Don't make too much of it, Ark. There's a lot of kinks I haven't tried. Just clipping it. Just clipping it for, archival purposes. There are more things that I want to do, but I think my characters are going to be insisting on sleeping soon, which makes me sad. It's only nearly 11 o'clock at night, guys. You can keep working. My archives of things to try in the future. I am not sure that the company that runs my apartment building would really appreciate me drilling a hole through one of the walls. I mean, they're okay with the occasional drilling of holes into walls for the purposes of hanging pictures or whatever, but drilling all the way through, they might take exception to that. Also, most of the walls in here are kind of solid. She's made around 4 months of payments for this room. Oh. What is this? This is a bottle. I will certainly take that. That was a very loud bottle. I could talk to Kim, but I'm not going to. Is there anything else in this room? I guess I did nudge up my, they might be cool with it. I don't know that they would actually be cool with it. But it's also, the walls here may be thin, but they're thin concrete. I'm not sure I'd really want to try drilling through it. Nights like I'm having tonight with these saves is exactly why I save as often as I do. Mostly I'm avoiding turning around to look at my partner's face while we talk about this. My partner is not watching the stream, so is mostly getting only my side of this conversation. You're welcome. Thank you, I think. I still have yet to figure out how to get onto the roof of the building across the plaza from the whirling, though. I can get into the basement of that building, but I can't figure out how to get any higher than about the second floor. You think he guessed it? You think he guessed what? Or Ha guessed it. Guessed what? Yes, you would say, I think. Well, I don't want to seem ungrateful for somebody else clipping things so that I don't have to, but... And another longening loading screen. I'm just going back downstairs. I'm not even going back outside again yet, although I hope to do that. But yeah, I want to talk to the scab leader of the over at the strike, because he's actually one of the mercenary compatriots of my murder victim in disguise. So do you know the way to become affiliate? I used to know. Is it about streaming every day or something? Actually, I am very close. Very, very close. There are 4 things that you need in order to qualify for affiliate. You have to stream, I believe it is, at least 8 hours within a month. You have to have 50 or more followers. You have to stream a certain number of days in a month, which I forget the exact number, and you have to have an average of 3 viewers over the course of 30 days. So I have met all of these qualifications except for that last one. The average of 3 viewers still escapes me. Yes, there was a reason why a big deal was made of you being the 50th person to follow me. It meant that I only had the average number of viewers left to go in order to become affiliate. been here for 2 weeks and something, I would estimate. Maybe 3 weeks, depending on how you count it, because you did come in on a Sunday. Not mentally. But you're still my 50th follower. And loading screens take forever. But yes, for me to reach affiliate, I just need people to follow me, and I need people to come and watch my streams. Say hi to me. Give me somebody to talk to while I have these eternally long loading screens. "10% drunk man, 20% confusion, 70% loading screens." Tonight, that is an accurate assessment. Tonight, that is a very accurate assessment. The problem is talk too much, usually. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Hello, Green. Isn't as disorienting the other thing? I'm not getting double voice or anything. You should be getting double voice, Green. It's a very premium game. Only people with a certain kind of computer get to play this game. The main problem here is that Disco Elysium is just a little bit taxing on my computer's resources, and then I add OBS to that, and OBS also wants its chunk of the resources, and this is what happens. Heard the chair. Feel like once you said that, someone turned to look at you. It's entirely possible, but the thing is, my partner's computer desk is directly behind me, and I would have to turn completely away from the computer and the microphone and everything in order to look over to see what's going on over there. But the good news is that my chair no longer talks so much, because I did get a new chair at last. Continue to have your mental images. Seen games that will run a mini game while loading, so you don't just have a loading screen to stare at. Yeah. I'm not sure that would actually be any better, because then the mini game would want computer resources, and the main problem that we have right now here is a bit of a bottleneck of resource. But yes, this is an incredibly long loading screen. I'll just go back downstairs in the whirling. I hope that something's changed down there to justify this really, really long loading screen. But yeah, the main mini game I have now is find enough things to talk about until the loading screen ends. yes, I want to talk to the scab leader because he's one of the squad members of my murder victim. There was another squad member, and I think I know where she is. I think she's actually in the building that is across the plaza from the whirling. She's a radio operator, and it said that she needs someplace where she has roof access, and that she's hiding there. And there is a very, very locked door in that building that is preventing me from traveling any higher or further in that building. And I suspect that she is holed up on the other side, but I don't know how to get her to talk to me. But the other dude, I know exactly where he is. Stairs take forever. Take a break and have a snack and have a staircase sometimes. Yeah, these are... I don't know. My character must be having a sit and a think before he does each step. Because this one is ridiculously long. Having a walk and a think throughout the game. It's all the smoking and other stuff, I bet. Yeah, he's getting so winded going down the stairs that he's having to stop. Come on, man, it's just one staircase. But I mean, he poured enough alcohol and possibly other recreationals into him that he gave himself almost complete amnesia at the beginning of the game, so couldn't be surprised. Welcome back, mister. Welcome to the loading screen that never ends. Kim just looking at him seriously, this is why I walk behind you besides your walking that prioritizes chests. Well, yeah. There's also, you can actually make your character run in this game. I never bother because I always want to check every 3 steps to see if there's anything to look at or loot or what have you. But you can actually make your character run, and then Kim runs along behind him trying to keep up. Long live my PC, indeed. Long live. I am touching it and it is not particularly hot, so I have hope. Oh no, this guy running, I think he would die. Oh, there was a point earlier in the game where Kim complained that my character moved around too fast. And I was like, Kim, we're barely going walking speed, Kim. Well, I mean, reading a letter nearly killed this guy, too, so... So I'm not sure about having him run through the entire game. I mean, there may be people who are using a more physical build than I am, since I went for a very intellectual one. Kim needs time to read his notebook. There is that. Oh, for a moment there I actually had a cursor instead of a spinning ring, but now we've gone back to the spinning ring. And I mean, as a police detective, keeping extensive notes, like Kim does, is actually a good thing to do. It's a really good thing to do. It would help if you had something animated on the load screen. Well, normally there is like the little 3 dots that blink, but it had actually completely frozen. So, look, we have a game again. We made it downstairs! Or did we? I don't know what it is, but the game is not liking this room. My computer is not liking this room at all right now. So it's probably a good thing that I'm planning on leaving. An almost game. It's sort of a slideshow now. And we save again, because that hasn't been a horror all night. And then we'll head outside. Well, yeah, it's a computer. Disco's so old, you know? To a computer, disco is basically the age of the dinosaurs. Come on, game, you can do it. And we go back to loading. This is not a loading, this is a saving. Different. Not a lot different, but different. This is not called Disco Elysium, it's called loading the game. The levels are the loading screens, and the clear is making it to the next one. Oh no. I hate that you might be right. I think it was the karaoke. Everything went wrong after the karaoke. I was planning ahead. I forgot how slow saving is. Well, yes, I do actually want to go outside, so we are going back into a loading screen. Foxwine savings and load. No! Green, specifically from you, I will tolerate a bank joke. Just from you. I would clip every time there was a loading problem, but you're already uploading the whole stream to YouTube. It would be a nice bank name, to be honest. Are you really sure? Would you want somebody who's not all that good at math calculating your interest? Would you really? But see, this loading screen is actually vaguely animated because you can see the 3 little dots by the loading are actually doing something right now. Did not say you had to work there. Well, who else would work there? Believe you me, I wouldn't be able to get my partner working there for love or money. I would have it double checked, but I want to see where your answer would be. Oh no. At least we know you were working hard to get the numbers right, not trying to dream up new fees. No, I'd keep all the same old fees, but I'd come up with new names for all of them. Rename the fees every couple of months, you know, keep people on their toes. But in any case, as long as I'm in this incredibly long loading screen, I might as well talk about the changing things up. Not for Sunday or Disco Elysium, which I intend to continue until it's done with me or I'm done with it, whichever comes first. My Thursday game, I am thinking that it is time to switch from Darkest Dungeon to a different game. The only problem is choosing the different game to switch to. This upcoming Thursday will indeed be Darkest Dungeon, but that will be the 10th episode of Darkest Dungeon, and it seems like a good time to switch. I've managed to narrow it down to between two games, but I'm just having the worst time deciding between the two of them, or whether I should chuck that idea and do something else for Try Not to Die Thursday. I don't know because I have to Google how to calculate this. Come to Foxwine Saving is Loading, where the fees are the same, but the names are different. Come here to enjoy the same old problems that you have, but with increased math issues and cool new names on everything. Banking would never be boring. Oh dear. Well, any of the game, if you are on my page and you look at my About page, there is actually a section on the About page that is labeled Try Not to Die Thursday, on which I have a list of the games that I would be willing to play for Try Not to Die Thursday. For the next game after Darkest Dungeon, I have mostly narrowed myself down to either playing Elder Scrolls Skyrim or possibly playing Sunless Sea. But it's really difficult to decide between the two of them, or if I should do another game off of the list. Because choices are very hard. Got your infomercial made. My infomercial for a bank that can and never will exist. You love the disguises. I do too. I enjoy their sense of humor, and the animations on the attacks is something else. Yes, the two that I was looking at as the highest options they're both excellent games, but that makes it even harder to choose between them. Sunless Sea would be continuing with the vaguely Lovecraft-flavored thing that Darkest Dungeon has going on, except with a lot more water. So much more water. Yes, gothic, more of a gothic horror, yes. Whereas, Elder Scrolls Skyrim is much more of a fantasy RPG and would probably involve a lot of dying because I am not terribly good at it. And I've also not played a lot of it. I like the Sky games. I play them for a bit and then get sucked into the item world and never come out again. And then the plot stalls in there. Oh. Perhaps you and Mister should start a club. RuneScape is a game that I managed to avoid getting sucked into. There's a sidestepped that bullet. You want cannibalism? I got Phoenix Point. Fox could run that. Not unless you want me logging into your account on my computer, Green. A rescue club for people that are trapped in the item world. No rescue for RuneScape players. Nope. Nope. RuneScape players walked in, closed the door behind them, and then padlocked it. You'll be back. You always come back. Loading, loading, loading. Yeah, there's... Everybody who plays games always has at least one of those games that they just keep going back to. Sometimes they'll walk away for years at a time, but then they'll be back. I would love to see Sunless Sea. I know Skyrim way too well. I see. All right. "15 years since you played RuneScape." Yep. Just all you know. Well, not having actually played RuneScape myself, I can't really recommend games that are like it, but not it. But... if there really is no game if there's no game like RuneScape but RuneScape, it would be a fair reason to keep returning to it, I guess. I had to stop and think about my phrasing there, so I'm sorry for the radio silence. But look, we're outside! I know that it is nearly 11 o'clock at night in the game. I'm going to run my stream just a bit late because these loading screens have been insanely long. And I want to actually get some gameplay in this evening. Oh goodness, everybody's gone. Where are all the people? Well, I guess I can't talk to the leader of the scabs. He's vanished. He's gone off to wherever he goes at night. I don't play MMOs anymore. I want to play Final Fantasy 14, but my PC can't run it. Yeah. Why play RuneScape when you can play Ultima Online? Well, apparently everybody's gone, so I can't talk to them, so it's good. Frita. Another loading screen, and I did not save. Oh boy. Well, 11 o'clock at night. Scabs may want to work, but they probably don't want to work 24 hours a day. Is Ultima still online? I don't know. I think it might be in some form. But I would have to check, and I can't when I'm stuck in the loading screen again. RuneScape sort of seemed to be a pay-to-win knockoff of Ultima, though. Huh. Maybe? We're starting to get into the weeds of the games I do not know. I mean, maybe I should have just said goodnight to Kim and, gone to bed and called the stream there. But no, I had to go turn in all the bottles that I found. There's more than one RuneScape? I feel so uninformed. Generally speaking, just in case it's a thing that happens, if the game crashes at this point when I forgot to save after I got outside, I'm just going to call the stream there and we'll pick up wherever the save file is next week. But we shall see. But I do have a cursor right now. It loaded. Glory. Glory, hallelujah. Why is Kim moving but my character isn't? Please, game, why is this happening? Why tonight? Why now? Why? So many whys. Let's tempt fate and save. Guess a pay to win means you win and there's no winning. But to answer your question, parts of Gillenor are free to play and then access others you either pay $10 a month or have money in the game by... Ah, I see. Okay. That is true. Not a lot of MMOs can be said to actually be winnable. Most of them want you to just keep playing them forever, just grinding forever and ever as you give them your money forever. Insert the bottles. I got $1.80. Your bottles clunk into the machine and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now. I made almost $2. And at least for a moment there, the game didn't look like a slideshow. It can be fully free to play if you can make like 5 to 6 million in-game. Oh boy. I mean, I rarely play games for the PvP aspect. Most PvP I just do not find fun. I'm just not into it. The one exception currently would be Overwatch, in which I play the lightest possible version of the PvP, playing quick play and never touching competitive, even with a 10-foot pole. So, if a game is only play to win in the aspect of the PvP, then that's fine by me, unless PvP is the only thing to do once you reach a certain level. Suck at gaming. You do not suck at gaming, mister. You just prefer turn-based combat. And for the most part, I really like turn-based combat too. I don't play a lot of action combat things. But I've played through. I've made my way through several MMOs over the years. But sooner or later, they always manage to lose me. Yes, exactly what Green said there. That's the place where a lot of MMOs lose me, is that once you get to a certain level, whatever that level is, the content is either PvP, which disinterests me, or raids, which you need certain equipment for, and or you need a guild for, and I do not like playing guild politics. I have had it up to my eyebrows with guild politics. I hate it so much. Especially guilds where it's like you have to give the guild leaders a certain amount of this material or a certain amount of gold every week or every month or whatever, or you have to participate a certain amount every X amount of time in order to be a member of this guild, or you have to have this equipment, or you have to have that mount, or what have you, and I'm so tired of it. Questing I like. I enjoy questing. I like following the main storyline. I like finding all the side quests. I frequently enjoy group activities in MMOs, like running dungeons or raids or what have you. I can't stand the high school politics that ends up happening with groups in all of those games. It always ends up being just guilds with certain money or participation requirements, or guilds where everybody is fighting with everybody because of the interdating, or because the interdating has been interdicted, or la da 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 da, so much. It's too much, it's so much, and I left high school so long ago. I don't want to go back. So, everybody that I want to talk to has gone to bed. So my character is going to as well. So we're going to have fun with this. We're going to see how the fast travel loads today. We're going to the fisherman shacks. Yes, Guild Wars 2 was one that I played a bit of. I rather liked the way that your level was pinned to the area that you were in rather than what level you had achieved. Like, you couldn't be any higher level than you actually were. But if you went to, say, a level 5 to 10 area, your level was pinned to level 10. So you didn't have the horrifically overpowered people rolling into a low-level area and just being assholes about it. And also, if you had friends who had characters or who had started the game later than you could go to a lower-level area, party up with your friends, and you could both play at the same level, and with getting the same percentages of XP out of it as you would with someone who actually was of your own level. And it was really nice. I enjoyed that part of it. Unfortunately, that was not enough to keep me there. The aspects of getting higher level gear in order to actually be able to do the higher level events just turned me off completely. It was so opaque. How to get materials, what you were supposed to do with the materials, how you were supposed to be able to get this armor. Like, it existed and everybody was like, you need to have this armor, but nobody wanted to tell you how to get your hands on that armor or anything involved with that. It was... I didn't like that part at all. But yes, I am going to bid goodnight to Kim here and let my character have a sleep to the next day. And when he wakes up, what I believe I will do is exit and pick up Kim again. I believe I have to go to the Whirling for that. It wasn't so much the grinding for items in Guild Wars 2. It was even knowing what items you needed to grind or where you needed to go to get them. It was... the game wouldn't tell you, and other people weren't helpful. Nobody talked in the big city by the time that I got there. I don't even remember the name of the big city, but there was the big city where everybody gathered, but did anybody talk to each other? No. Did anybody answer noob questions? Of course not. Noobs are icky. But yes, also my experience in playing as many MMOs as I have is part of why in my bio I refer to myself as a filthy casual. Because I never did have the dedication to turn the MMO into my extra job. Alright, shack door. It's getting cold this late in the night. Time to call it a day. Good night, Kim. Send him away for the night, or not yet, and leave. Well, I'm trying to go to bed. Good night, Kim. See you tomorrow. These elite MMO players don't want noobs to have fun. No, they really don't. Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning. Oh, we'll meet in front of the shack. Even better. Enter the shack, which I got for free and don't have to pay rent for. The linking to the Discord is new. The Discord itself is not terribly new. I created it a couple of months ago now, and I've been just sort of poking at it ever since. The original plan was actually to open up the Discord to the public when I made affiliate, but it's reached the point where I either needed to put up the link to it in order to stop poking at it, or I was going to keep poking at it forever and I was never going to open it up. So, Discord, open. Anyone who can see the link is welcome to join. Yes, the Discord is a little birdie flying now. Because I just kept... I am close to affiliate. I've reached all of the goals except for the average viewers, mister. I have met and exceeded every goal except that one. So yes, I really want people to come watch my streams. I hope to be fun and interesting, and also I need your eyes. And having people to talk to is great too. I like having people to talk to instead of just sitting here and talking to myself. I'm not sure what to do with the next day in this game. I could continue exploring on this side of the harbor, or I could go talk to the stab leader and or try to get up to the roof of that building. So many decisions. Well, if I can't have your eyes, then watching and typing will have to do, Ark. 2.94 average yesterday, mister? Oh my goodness. Oh, you can probably taste the smoke off of that one now. Okay. I am not going to shave. I'm still worried that I would cut my own throat by accident with the straight razor. So I'm just going to sleep. The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest. Go to sleep. As I have been keeping your streams tabbed, mister, while I do my daily chores. If I see that you're up. So I hope that I'm helping. Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away. The stream yesterday blew up and I had a whole lot of viewers, so normally I will get it today. Maybe.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street.
Recorded in you forever on ferrotape.
What is ferrotape? How long have I been trying to reach affiliate? Well, I've been streaming very off and on since late 2018. But I only really started to treat it seriously and have a schedule this year. So this would be just starting in month 6, I guess. Spinning in eternity, spinning on empty, spinning, spinning, tell me, am I dreaming? Spinning in eternity.
On and on it goes, for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars.
If I was interested in the game, I might. I'm not sure. No one's ever asked that before. I haven't thought about it.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time, the smoke in her mouth, the plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
My character dreams really weird. What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now.
Well, I had a very slow start, mister, because I didn't have any real networking going or any other streaming friends. I didn't talk much on Twitch before I started streaming. Since I found some streaming friends and talked to people more on Twitch, things have been going forward much, much faster. But when I started, it was just me putting a video out into a void and hoping that somebody would stumble across it on the game page. So I'm not entirely surprised that my progress was very slow to start with because, yeah, discovery wasn't great then. But yeah, Ark, it's the question just surprised me because it's not something that I had considered. If you do join the Discord, drop me a message and we can talk about it. But I can't say anything but maybe without knowing what the games are or anything like that. That's I'm not sure if it's really a on stream discussion to have. The offer is cool, though. Discovery at Twitch, yeah. Discovery on Twitch is great if you already have a lot of people watching you. But how do you get those people watching you? That is the question. So definitely talking to more other streamers and just making friends has been so helpful.
You can never forget this shit.
I don't know, I forgot it before. I could probably drink a whole lot and forget it again. The colors, the voices, the rain, the snow. I don't want to, it's beautiful. The endless visions, erase them. We're all here to help each other. Yes, exactly. rain, the snow. I don't want to. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images.
My limbic system is a real downer.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers. Collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes.
Oh, thank you, mister. That's so sweet. Thank you.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right, I am an agent of the world. But what if I want to be the agent of nothing? I want to argue with my limbic system. I am an agent of the world limbic system, and you can't stop me.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
Empathy, success, for the greater good. Yeah, the finding the cove, or being dragged into the cove, not entirely on my will, which was how I ended up there, was definitely a turning point in the streaming for me. But yes, I was hanging about in the stream of one of the moderators of the Cove for quite some time until he was finally like, join this, immediately, go.
Solving your little crossword puzzles, doing your tasks, crossing names off lists, trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
Now that's an interesting way to phrase it. We're making progress. Measured, steady progress. Pursue the thought. Forget politics. I'll never sleep if I keep on like this. Who needs sleep? Sleep is for losers. Pursue that thought. Are you going to say anything, Limbic System, or do I have to read for you now? Fine. There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world that's changing him. No, it's me.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Why? Or feel the pillow under your cheek. Why?
'Cause only love can break your heart.
Did not expect that. Okay, feel the pillow under your cheek.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
And whose fault is that? Shivers, success. Do it for the wind. Oh, happily. I love a good wind. Logic success. Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time. I'm trying. I'm trying. Yeah, the Cove definitely made a difference. Heck, I wouldn't have Ark if it weren't for the Cove. I wouldn't have Ark, I wouldn't have Mister. I wouldn't have a lot of my followers. And it's another loading screen. I mean, I do have other streamer friends who are not a part of the Cove Collective, as I'll refer to them for the time being. And they have also helped a great deal, but I would say that the Cove and the people connected to the Cove are probably have much to do with at least 50% of my current followers, so I'm very thankful to all of them. Loading, loading, loading. This game is really boring. So many loading screens, so little actual gameplay tonight. I do apologize. I don't know what's going on with this. So yes, Kim is to be met outside, so assuming that this loading screen actually finishes, I will risk another save unless it does an autosave, step outside, reconnect with Kim, and then we can call it a night and pick up next week, and hopefully by then I'll have decided whether I want to explore further down the coast or whether I want to go talk to more people. Choices. Loppy. Oh yes, Loppy. She is a sweetheart and has been a friend for far longer than I have been streaming. She has also been basically throwing her viewers at me whenever she remembers, which is very sweet of her. I'm very appreciative. Okay. Oh, and I have a thought. And I'm not sure what he's doing, but he might be crying. Empathy. Good, you're up. Listen, there's something that's been bothering you for a few days now. What is it? It's a suspicion, or a feeling, really, that things are not quite in hand around here. Logic success. An earth-shattering deduction from your psyche. What will those guys come up with next? My logic has discovered sarcasm. If I could raid you, I would do... Yeah, our stream times don't line up well enough to raid each other, more's the pity. empathy. Every day, things seem to spin more and more wildly out of control. The center isn't holding, and despite your efforts to moderate and contain these energies, things only seem to be getting worse. Wait, I thought things were going pretty well? Let's get right to it. What needs to be done? Or, not my problem. Discard that thought. Wait, I thought things were going pretty well. I seem pretty sane. Oh, sure, you've been making progress on your case, interviewing people, solving side tasks. Oh, is this about all the side quests? But who's focusing on the big questions? Oh boy. I assumed the most qualified and highly credentialed people were taking care of that stuff. This really doesn't sound like my job. Or what am I supposed to do? I assumed that more qualified people were taking care of that. But have you ever seen them? How do you know they're even there? More importantly, how do you know they aren't waiting for your participation? Everything in the game is side tax and trying to figure out who are you. I know who I am. I'm Harrier Dubois, who murdered my murder victim, much less clear. What am I supposed to do then, empathy, huh? You've got to find out who bears la responsabilité. Oh, this is about that conversation with the politician yesterday, isn't it? Stupid time zones. Yeah, that whole globe thing. What the hey? What exactly is la responsabilité? I thought I was assigning responsibility for the murder. All right, give it to me. I'll accept responsibility. Proceed. I thought I was... What exactly is la responsabilité? The most awesome, terrible thing. It is human nature to crave la responsabilité and to deny it. That's why it must be distributed across many different organizations, agencies, offices, and portfolios. Sure, a name is a name, but not who you are. It just gives you identification. That is true. It's not like I dislike playing a man who is an enigma even to himself. I thought I was assigning responsibility for that murder that I'm supposedly investigating. Harry, you're thinking about this too narrowly. La responsabilité isn't concerned with trivial questions like who killed who. It's about the real issues, the human welfare index, the price of staple goods, the transition to real democracy. Oh boy. At least I'm awake for a bit of your Sunday stream. That's true, because my Sunday stream is very late, so that actually makes it a little bit better for you. A little. Alright, I'll accept responsibility. Fine. Whoa. This isn't some kind of dictatorship. You can't simply seize la responsabilité for yourself. It must be given by a legitimate authority. I am the law. Like a committee. Ugh. Do we really have time for all this? And who should sit on this committee? Sounds like too much responsibility for me. I don't want it. Do we really have time for this? There is always time to follow best practices. Once someone's decided to cut corners for the sake of expediency, who knows what else they're capable of? Oh, that's very early, but thank you, mister. Volition success. Swift, decisive action. Half-light success. Mass execution. What? Moving along. And who should sit on this committee? Please tell me it's the voices in my head. Only the most even-keeled minds in Martinez. Okay, we're tapped out. This isn't happening. Life moves on. Let's go on. Good night, Green. Thank you for stopping by. Esprit de corps, success. Your half-brother, the lieutenant, is a natural place to start. Empathy. Together you'll be able to discover who has la responsabilité irrevocable, and if necessary you'll have the wisdom and expertise to assign it among yourselves. And what happens once we've assigned responsibility? I'm prepared to take on this awesome burden, accept the task. You know what? This sounds like a drag. Refuse the task. Oh no, what happens once we've done that? What happens? Most likely your findings will be collected in a report, which will be carefully reviewed by your superiors at some point in the far distant future. Called never. Once they reviewed it, those same superiors will produce a set of recommendations to be taken up at the next meeting of the Standing Committee. Rest assured, no matter what happens, it will be done through the proper channels. This is what happens when you choose moralism, children. Fine, I will take on this awesome burden because it sounds real moral. New task. Take on la responsabilité. Good luck. Your report is eagerly anticipated. Empathy. Why? Is this because I only put 3 points in you? Well, at least it saved on its own. No, don't, it's not don't follow morals, it's don't follow moralism. Fine distinction. But yeah, this game is exactly why my chat does not have a don't talk about politics rule. As long as I'm playing this game, I'm gonna have to allow people to talk about politics in chat. It's just the only way. Could have done some interesting things without ethics. Well, the problem is that, you know, even if you don't have ethics, the people who write laws like to pretend that they do. Okay, has anything changed in here? No, it has not. Time to go. Yes? Alright, we will go through what is probably going to be an extremely long loading screen yet again and hook up with Kim, and we will save off there and continue the game next week. Pretend is the right word for it. Yeah, politicians are politicians no matter where you go. Biomedical engineer, freshly graduated, but meh, details. Yes, you could certainly find some interesting things to do, but, well, how are you going to get published if your experiments weren't sanctioned? I mean, stellar career as a comic book villain ahead of you, but that doesn't make a lot of money in the real world. Dang, mister. Yes, being published is to further help the science community, but it's also to show everybody, hey, look what I did. I did this thing. Which is nearly as important. Exactly. I have done a thing. To do more of the thing, I need more funding, and I've done this awesome thing, so you want to give me more funding, right? Yes? Yes? Perhaps, mister. I personally would not actually want to work in politics, even in Canada, where it's not a horrific system or anything. At least we have more than two parties. I'm looking at you, US. But, I mean, politics are fascinating to look at from the outside, but I definitely do not want to plunge myself into that mess. No, I wouldn't do terribly well as a politician myself. Like, I might be able to work as an aide or something, but even then it would be very difficult. I have a great deal of difficulty controlling my face. My voice I can control, but I can't always change my facial expression to match what my voice says. Well, I wouldn't say that we have 6 different governments. I think officially we might have 4. If you count, like, the mayor of the town sort of thing. Like, if you count the mayor and the city councilors as a governmental system, then I think that we have 4. But not so really into politics that I don't even know most of it. Well, Ark, it is a good idea to know what the system is and the way that things move through it. And if you are in the US, which I believe you mentioned that you are, knowing the way that lobbyists work would be definitely a good piece of knowledge to have for yourself. Because lobbyists are really running the US government at this point. As Canada also has a bunch of lobbyists, but they are not swinging quite the same weight that lobbyists do in the US. Six parliaments! Do any laws ever actually get passed anymore, mister? I fully admit to being a bit hazy about the way that laws move through the Canadian government, but I at least have an idea of, like, where my representation is and what direction it comes from and all that sort of stuff. And knowing about, like, not necessarily knowing the fine details, but knowing about how the system moves can be good. It can definitely be a good thing. It takes 2 years to make one parliament after voting. Oh my goodness. So, your laws haven't changed in a long time in Belgium then. that's the thing. A tiered system is good. Like, having it go through multiple revisions and multiple people and just working its way through, I feel, is a good thing. But if you reach the point of bloat of having 6 whole parliaments, how does anything get done? Oh, what is going on here? Suddenly my Streamlabs is on top, and where is the game? Why is my virus protector trying to talk to me? Why is everything happening? Only thing this makes is more taxes get passed. Oh, that sounds about right. I only learned from one of my roommates. Oh, libertarians, my sympathy. I would have to say that, as far as my point of view goes, libertarians are only libertarians because they are convinced that in a libertarian system they would still be ahead. The problem is that in a libertarian system, nobody is going to be ahead except for the multi-billionaires. And the multi-billionaires don't want libertarianism, they want the current system because they don't have to pay taxes in it. A lot of people would die in a got-mine system. And that's basically what libertarianism is. Because we talked about politics, your PC is detecting a virus. Oh, maybe. The notice that it popped up was actually like, we see you have a lot of junk files. Maybe you want to clean that up? It was just like, maybe I would just like my game to finish loading? There are a lot of people who go through a libertarian phase in college or university. Thankfully, the majority grow out of it. Yeah. I would not I would not expect to survive long in a libertarian system. Into the mindset that we need to restart society and never have internet exist. Well, I agree that society in general needs a better system than capitalism, but I cannot and will not pass judgment on what system we should be using that isn't capitalism. Capitalism is evil. There's no better word for it. That being said, it's still better than libertarianism. So, I must admit that I am a little bit curious about your former roommate's reasons for why the internet should not exist, but I'm not really sure I actually want to know. I've got an opinion on what's better. Yeah, that's fair. That is absolutely fair, and it is not a bad attitude to have, really. The internet caused a lot of our problems? I know. I would disagree with that theory. Oh, I'm starting to hear something other than just the music. I'm starting to hear, I think, rain? Maybe we're almost outside? I think the internet made a lot of existing problems visible. But I don't think that the internet actually caused those problems. The internet exposed a lot of problems. It magnifies a lot of problems, but I don't think that it actually created them. Of course, he would have a much better explanation. Of course, yes. It was fully my own curiosity about why someone would be thinking that way, Ark. So it's you don't have to remember precisely for my sake. Sometimes you don't have to indulge my curiosity. Sad truth of the world. Well, sad from my perspective. Someday my game will load again. But one of the first things I'm doing after this stream is restarting the computer! Helps a lot of people with... Yeah, exactly. I mean, I first started streaming when my partner had a job that was quite literally across the country from me. We were separated for we were separated for months at a time, and I was lonely. I started streaming just to have somebody to talk to. And that's why I didn't have much of a schedule, because I just went on and streamed when I felt like I needed to talk to somebody. I had practically no audience. It was maybe not the best way of going about it, but it was just after 2020 I decided that I would make more of a go at actually making Twitch and streaming more of a thing, or at least a part-time job of sorts. and it has been helpful, you know, having all of you guys to talk to and all that. And this pandemic has gone on for a really long time. And it's nice to have something to do. It's nice to have fun having something to do. Yeah, my partner and I have been lucky enough that neither of us have caught COVID yet. And actually, both of us had our first shots very recently of the vaccine. So we are on our way to hopefully not getting it at all. Cross fingers. Knock on wood. But it has been a very long pandemic for the both of us. I can't say that either of us were really social people before the pandemic, but we did have people that we saw and regularly. And you know, Zoom calls just aren't the same thing. Oh, okay, that's a different sickness entirely. Yes. Not entirely dissimilar, though. Like, I think a lot of what I said could be repurposed, but, sorry, I misunderstood, mister. Didn't feel like anything changed besides wearing a mask to class. I guess that's a good thing. At last, outside. And hooked up with Kim again. Hopefully stepping down to the pavement. Lockdown, we're having a summit. Oh my goodness. That's a long lockdown, mister. My sympathies. I would have hurt myself bouncing off the walls by now if I were you. Okay, we are going to save off here because I have run nearly an hour and a half later than usual just to try to make up for these incredibly long loading screens. That has not worked as well as I'd hoped it would. So we will save here. That's one of the things, Ark. Like, talking to people online is not alone, precisely, but it's also not exactly the same as talking to people in person. I hesitate to assign better or worse to any of them, but they are definitely different things. In any case, Disco Elysium will be returning next week with either more exploring or more conversation, or possibly both. It would be awesome if I could do both, but we shall see how the loading screens teach me. Loading screens teaching me about ambition. as usual, for those who have come in partway through and are wondering how things got to where they are, all of the previous sessions of Disco Elysium are available on my YouTube channel. They're all numbered and nicely packaged away in a playlist so that they are easy to get at and easy to work your way through. And also all of the previous sessions of Try Not to Die Thursday, which currently is Darkest Dungeon, and previous to that was Oxygen Not Included, are also available on the YouTube, as well as various archives of highlights and such. Thank you. And I will return again on Wednesday at as close to 7 p.m. as a pack of writers can be brought together to play Among Us. And then I will return again on Thursday for Try Not to Die Thursday, where I will be playing Darkest Dungeon, which will be episode 10 of Darkest Dungeon and will be the last episode of Darkest Dungeon for a while. I'm definitely not abandoning the game, but for the sake of Try Not to Die Thursday, I want to switch games. So hopefully I'll figure out which one to switch to by then, but we'll see. I'll keep you all updated. So, despite the massive amount of loading screens, I did have fun tonight, and I hope that everyone else had fun as well. And I hope to see you again on Wednesday and Thursday, and then back again here on Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time for more of Disco Elysium, hopefully with less loading screen. We shall see. I hope everyone has a great night. Good night!